Today's episode brought to you by 360sitevisit.com, where you can visit 20 venues in 20 minutes.
All right, here we are with another amazing episode of the 360sitevisit.com Vendor Spotlight. Here we are today with the one and only Marie Papp from Marie Papp Photography. Get the connection there, Marie Papp.
Greggy's such a ham.
Oh, such a ham.
Okay, anyway, no head bobbing.
No head bobbing. She didn't like the way I head bobbed in the last video I did with somebody, and I will not go like this.
If you do, I'm going to go.
All right,
okay.
promise, no head bobbing.
Okay.
Anyway, we'd love to find out a little bit more about Marie, what she does, how she goes about it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, what do you want me to ask you? How about that? What do you want me to ask you?
Why do I do what I do?
Marie, why do you do what you do?
Okay. So, for me, photographs are all about connection, love, connection, and authenticity. So, when I was a little girl, my mom got pretty sick and she departed us very early, at a very early age. And when I look back at it, there are no pictures of me and her together. There's not one. Okay, there is one. There was a really bad passport photo. And, well, she was very sickly then, so we don't remember her how she really looked, you know?
Right.
So I always tell my couples, please make sure you get a photo of you and your children together, because when they're later, as your kids are older, they're going to want to know, hey, what did dad look like then?
Right.
So I could show you. These are pictures of me. I don't know if you can see them, but, and guess who was taking the photo?
Who? Your mom.
Mom.
Oh, of
Mom
course,
was taking the
course.
photo, right? So, and look, they're little pictures back then. Anyway, so, so again, all about love and connection. So this particular photo here, I'd like to show you.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love this. This was a really, I was like, talk about a little split second, and that's what moments are. They're actually fractions of seconds that we capture in a photograph. And so for me, the vulnerability of that young child's eyes looking up, reaching to that hand, it's all about that little space between there and her expression.
Right.
It's just priceless. I love that. So again, that's connection too.
Now, are you actually, when this is happening, are you trying to time it? I mean, I'm sure it's a what's the word, like a natural thing, or a something that requires practice over time or something. Like it's like a gut thing of when to shoot it. Like, is that what you're looking for? That gap, or that, like, she's about to click, or
sometimes it is, but here's really how it's going down, because there's a lot of fast moving parts that are happening during a wedding.
Yeah.
So I work very intuitively. I sort of sense through emotion and intuitive, and so I saw that child on the floor and I was like, wow, there's something going on there, and I was like,
something to happen.
So I just sensed it. I don't know. And that's kind of how it worked, very intuitively. I do that with my portrait work I do, with my wedding work, and also the headshots that I do. I do a lot of headshots these days for business owners too.
Yeah.
And helping them visually rebrand, where I actually do the wardrobe styling with them too.
Right. But it's like, I've heard it said once that your photographer doesn't shoot your wedding, your photographer's soul shoots your wedding.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you jive with them, right? Is that
yes. And so when people call me, or if they just send me an email, I'm like, look, we really need to talk. It's like, I want to get a sense that we're a good fit together.
Right.
Because as a photographer, we are the one vendor that sees you up close and personal, sometimes in your underwear, sometimes in your most stressful moments, and we have to deal with a lot, and we generally will know you for at least a year, because there's an album that's going to be made, and I really do stress, make that album, make those pictures, because I want to share something with people out there, because I know you were mentioning something about trends, and
right.
I don't really follow trends, because I want to make sure my work is timeless. It's gonna really stand the test of time.
Right.
So one of the things is to make sure you have your pictures framed. This was my grandmother. That's at least like 80 years old. That was my grandmother's wedding.
Yeah.
So people call me on the phone, hey, can I just get digital files? And I sit back and think, wow, remember these?
Yeah. How big is this?
How are you going to get your digital files off of this? How are you going to get your digital files off of these now?
You could fill this disc with 1.44 megabytes. That's it. That's all that's on this huge thing here.
And even now, CDs. Okay, how many of our computers each have a CD drive, right?
That's right.
It's like, okay, and then, I'll just take a jump drive. So let's talk about this. Take a jump drive. So how do you think this is going to play out? 5, 6, 7 moves later, 2 generations.
You're not going to.
I found this, and I have this.
Yeah.
So I'm stressing to everybody, please put your photos, make a nice album, put them in frames.
Yes.
This is funny, but this was my mom and dad's wedding album. Look at the plastic, the stitching, right?
Yeah.
So here's my dad. Photography, glare, has come a long way with, this is a very contrived moment, hand on the forehead with the sweat, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, and
but your point is to get it into print, because that's the only format that will last as long as you keep them well.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's excellent advice. I've been in the wedding business for a very long time and as a videographer, and that is if you want to say bad trend potentially.
Yeah.
Is that people want to get their pictures taken and then be given a digital file.
Right.
It might be cheaper to do that without buying an album, but you're running a big risk, is what you're saying, that you might lose them, as opposed to you can't. It's hard to lose this.
Right, and
especially
also
if it's wrapped in 9-point plastic
with the stitching. But also, I really encourage everyone to have portraits of themselves and their families made every few years. I really do, because you know what? Life is short. We don't know when it's our time. We don't. So Marie Papp Photography, bringing out the beauty in you.
She just wrapped it up right there. I think she put that on the end of her sentence. That was excellent. Marie Papp Photography. She stole my line. Hey. Bringing out the beauty in you. We have no lines here. We're just kind of off the cuff.
Well, I've known him for a while, and we both like to do improv work. So,
that's
and we
right,
do.
Excellent. So. Listen. I've known, and all kidding aside, I've known Marie for a very long time. All you have to do is just go to her website, which is mariepappphotography.com.
No, don't say that. That's incorrect. We're rebranding, a new website's coming out, but currently I have 2 websites, mariepapp.com.
Yep.
mariepapp.com.
Yep.
And then corporateheadshotsnewyork.com, all spelled out. But Greg will put it in there and type it there. I'm sure somewhere you'll see it.
We'll type it.
So give me a call. I like to talk to people on the phone, get a better sense of who you are and how I can help
bring out the beauty in you.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming,
Greg.
Marie.
Thank you.
Obligatory handshake.
Right. Bye now.